Hi guys, Paul Seals here. I've got Jessica with me from CoinTree. Thanks for joining us, Jessica.
Thanks for having me, Paul. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit for our clients? Can you tell us a little bit about CoinTree?
Yes, certainly. So CoinTree is a digital currency exchange. We're based in Melbourne and we've been established since 2013. So a completely Aussie built business. And we provide the ability to buy, sell and trade over 260 different cryptocurrency assets on our platform. And so we make the process really simple and straightforward to use. And you can trade as low as $20 just to start to get your foot in the door and learn what you're doing. And we help support you along the way as well with a lot of education and learning assistance too from our team and also through our learning centre.
Wonderful. And we'll have a look at your dashboard and that sort of thing for CoinTree shortly. But I noticed one of the things that's great about your system is that you actually have like a choice of because the number one question we always get from clients that are beginning, that are newbies into the space is like, which cryptocurrency do I buy? You know what I mean? And I noticed that you guys have different sort of portfolios and that sort of thing as well.
Yes, we do, Paul. And I can actually show that screen as well a little later on. The way that the portfolios work, they're actually anonymized customer portfolios. And we show the best performing portfolios within a 7-day period, which helps new customers or existing customers alike make a little more sense of the market. And it's actually only in its beginning phase. We've actually got an addition to this feature as well coming soon, which is going to be really exciting to be able to give even more information behind those portfolios, to help anyone who's new in the space to be able to look at different assets as well. As much as we know Bitcoin and Ethereum are quite popular, there's a lot of other assets available.
Yeah, wonderful. So you said you had about 260 cryptocurrencies available?
Yes, we've just launched 100 last week. So we did a launch of 100 additional assets last week, and we've got some more exciting news next week as well, which is you have to stay tuned for. But so we're around 266 assets at this point, with the look to add more in the coming months.
Sure. So can you just share with us, so we've got our link that we've sent our clients, they're going to jump in and register.
Yes.
What's involved in the process from there moving forward as far as their verification, etc.?
Fantastic. So when I jump to show through the demonstration as well, to sign up, it's very straightforward. You just head to cointree.com, obviously through the link that you've provided, and then there'll be a get started link, and you'll just be able to create an account using your email address, set up a secure password as well. We highly recommend as well anyone who is obviously creating an account for maybe a self-managed super fund or perhaps different account options as well, to reach out to one of our account managers, because the process is a little different for that. But for an individual, you can verify in 5 minutes. You just need to have your ID on you, so any form of ID, be it an Australian passport or driver's license, and you'll be verified within 5 minutes once you enter in some personal details, and our team get that verified for you right away.
I guess one of the other questions that we get as well, Jessica, is that, you know, that they've got to open up a different account for if they're going to open it in their self-managed super fund or their social enterprise, or for personally. The question is, what do I open first? Do I open my social enterprise? I open my superannuation self-managed super fund account first? Do I open personally first? How does that work?
A good question. I think it really depends on the need of the individual. You could do either, really. We don't actually have a preference. The individual account, as I mentioned, could be verified and completed within 5 minutes. The self-managed super fund, we just require some more details. So we require trustee, beneficiary information just for additional due diligence, as obviously, you know, being an Australian business and making sure all the accounts are also separate just for the ATO purposes as well, to ensure there's clarity between assets. But we've got Melbourne-based account managers as well who are happy to step through the process and also provide the form that's required. But the sign-up link, it can be used as per the link that you send through, and then we can just update that account to be for a self-managed super fund or a trust or a corporate. It just depends what account type it is.
Okay, wonderful. So you're going to do some share screen and share some things with us here?
I am.
Okay.
I'll jump onto that. Let's have a look. All right. Let's see. Can you see my screen, Paul?
Yeah, I got your full screen there. It's great.
All right, perfect. I'm just going to move this across. All right. Oops, sorry about that. A little hiccupy. All right. Oh, sorry, Paul. We seem
You're
to have
right.
a little bit of a
That's fine.
issue with adjusting to the screen size here. My apologies. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is the CoinTree homepage. So,
Okay, I'm sorry, Jessica. I'm still seeing. I think it looks like your
oh,
screensaver or something. There
here we
you
go.
go.
All
That's
right. Sorry, Paul. A
all
little
right.
bit of a hiccup there. My apologies. All right. Okay, so cointree.com. So this is us. So as I mentioned earlier, we are Melbourne based, and so we are an all Australian business, which means all of our team members are here on the ground. We like to ensure that all of our members receive first class service, be it through account managers, business development managers, and also our customer support team. A quick note to add with our customer support service as well, they're available Monday to Friday and on weekends too. And we also have a phone number, which I know can sound quite, I guess, rare in the cryptocurrency landscape, but we want to be that first point of call as well. So we have a phone number as well, which we can share afterwards too, that if you've got any questions at all, you're welcome just to reach out to us and you'll be able to speak to one of our team.
Right.
As we alluded to just at the beginning, Paul, we do have the best performing portfolios. So I can just quickly run through these, just a snapshot here.
Right.
You can access this information at any time off the website, and it updates as obviously the market changes and as assets change in value. So you can see from having a look here that we've got a performing portfolio that's ranked by 25% over the last 7 days, which is fantastic.
Only 25% in a week.
Yeah. So I'm going to be honest as well. It's been quite interesting over the time I've been with CoinTree myself, 4.5 years, and to see we've had some portfolios obviously skyrocket over the time as well. And so when you look at this, you've obviously got the breakdown accordingly. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the session here, we are looking to have this a lot more interactive in the very foreseeable future. So stay tuned for that as well. But jumping back, once you do sign up through your affiliate link, Paul, you'll then have a verified CoinTree account. And that will then, once you finish that verification process, which takes about 5 minutes, you'll then come through to what is the CoinTree dashboard, which is here. Now, our dashboard is sectioned off in 4 different areas to be able to provide you with a nice clear view of your assets. So when we're having a look here at the portfolio tracker, this is your dashboard of your combined assets. So it's all of the assets that you'll be holding. Now, just obviously as a note, this is our, this obviously is our test accounts. There's a few different types of assets and things like that that are in here. But this shows you the combined approximate value of your portfolio. We say estimate because obviously, as we're all aware, cryptocurrency is a volatile asset and obviously prices do change quite frequently by the second. So we obviously grab the price the best that we can at that point in time to be able to give you an approximate valuation. We always advise that obviously if you are looking to run through valuing your assets or need financial advice, that obviously you speak to someone accordingly as well.
Sure.
When you look at your top accounts on the right hand side here, we've got an AUD and then a crypto toggle. So if you're much more comfortable looking at your assets in an approximate, obviously you've got your AUD valuation here, but you can also turn that off and that'll, obviously provide the cryptocurrency balance as well. We have this currently listed just in accordance to when you purchased an asset. We are actually looking to make this a little more dynamic too, where you'll be able to sort of preference your assets and whatnot as well. And then just scrolling down, you've got your recent transactions, pretty self-explanatory, and then starred assets. So for many of us who are new in the space, you might want to keep an eye on a trending crypto, but you might not be ready to purchase it yet. So you can actually star a coin from our coins listing, which is through our buy sell section. And you can just keep an eye on it. You can keep an eye on the rate, how it's trending, if it's gone up or down the last 24 hours. And if you did want to buy, you can also do that directly through the dashboard as well. So it's got quite a lot of functionality through it. And that's just a snapshot really of your account. Now, when you first verify, obviously you won't have any assets or funds in there. So the first step really is to be able to make a deposit. And obviously we are an Australian exchange, so we accept AUD for a deposit and or a cryptocurrency deposit as well. To deposit cash, it's really straightforward. We've got 3 options. You can do that online through your standard internet banking. You can make a deposit using Pay ID, which will be instant. So once you make your Pay ID, it typically credits within 10 minutes of receiving those funds. And then cash. So we use a third-party provider, and some of our customers prefer to pay in cash, and they can do so at over 1,300 different retailers in your area. And what you can do is you can actually enter in your postcode and find out which of the nearest newsagents accepts, obviously, that depositing feature as well. So quite convenient as well, but we find Pay ID is the most popular deposit option.
Yes.
You'll notice that we do have some deposit limits here. For a standard personal account, it's $10,000 a day. And for anyone who has a self-managed super account or a high value account or a corporate account, those limits actually disappear, and you can deposit as much as you like, because we can appreciate with, I guess, different account types, you'd like to be able to deposit more funds at that time. So for the purpose of this example, you can see here that obviously there's no fees for the online deposit, and you can simply confirm, and our system will then automatically track that as it comes in and credit it to your account automatically. So it doesn't really need any intervention, which is great and nice and seamless. So that's how to deposit cash. And then once you've got cash in your CoinTree account, you'll then be able to obviously buy something. So when we jump over to the buy page, which I'll move over here, we have a few buy options now. And I say now because our team have actually worked really, really hard in the last few months and launched a few new features last year. So we now have a couple of different buy options. We have a market price. So a very heavily asked for feature of last year was being able to set the amount in which you want your crypto trade to just execute right away on the market. So you can just put in however much you'd like to buy. And then after that, you select your asset, and you can select by any of the symbols, or obviously just type in which asset you'd like to get. And once you've selected that, you'll be able to confirm your order, which will execute immediately on the market. So originally we still have quoted price available as well, which means that you'll get it for that price. You'll get it all set for that price, that amount. But market price obviously has been a really popular addition. And once you confirm, it just takes a moment to process your buy, and then your CoinTree account will be credited with those funds. And it's as easy as that to be able to make your first purchase. If I touch back though, Paul, to some of the other options, a lot of us are quite, I guess, time sensitive when it comes to being able to make our orders. And so we've got auto buys and recurring buys. So our automation station provides you with the ability to set a trigger price. So that being said, for anyone as well who's newer into the market, if you were looking to purchase, say, Bitcoin at a particular price, you can select how much you'd like to spend and then at what price you'd like that to execute. And so when that price comes, our system will trigger a trade and place that trade for you, all without you needing to do anything else. So once you have this set up, our system will then automatically make that trade for you when the trigger price is reached.
Okay,
so
great.
Another time saver, along with recurring buys. So I'm a big fan of dollar cost averaging. And as I mentioned at the beginning as well, certainly not providing financial advice, but I am a busy lady myself. And so I like to make sure I've just got set and forget trades taking place, so that I obviously am purchasing at the market at different times. And recently we've actually had a customer reach out wanting to set up multiple daily trades, and you can do that here as well. So I could set up daily $100 trades if I wanted to, of any asset though as well, Paul, just to be clear. It's not limited to BTC. Our platform has the full ability to use any of the 266 assets on there. And so, we can obviously select a coin and say when we want it to start and on what frequency as well. And that's a really, really easy way of making sure that you're getting regular purchases based on the frequency that you want. And the way that this does work is we just need to make sure that you have enough AUD in your account to make these trades execute. That's the key at the end of the day. And so as long as you've got enough AUD, these trades will execute accordingly, and then you'll be able to, have them processing on a regular basis. And so we find that's been very, very easy and popular to use too. So
wonderful.
They're the main buy options.
Okay, so just so I can clarify how that works. So if you only have, people don't have a large sum of money, if they want to purchase $100, they have a budget, they want to purchase $100 worth of crypto a week, they can set that for a regular weekly purchase of, like you've got there, like $100 per week for purchase.
Yeah, correct. The maximum you could do is 10,000. So we do have the limits in there. For Bitcoin, it's 20, but otherwise, for any other asset, it's 10,000.
Gotcha.
And that's the way our trading platform works in general as well. So but that's it. It can be as low as $20 in all honesty, Paul, just to be able to get, keep those regular trades.
Does that also work for the regular purchases? Does it also work for the portfolios as well?
Not yet, but as I mentioned at the beginning, there will be the ability to be able to really utilize that portfolio function very well. And I say that quite confidently as we'll have something coming out in the next sort of few weeks. So, so stay tuned for that. And then you'll be able to sort of set up the ability to really utilize that information better. It does, however, move across to cells, and I won't run into cells in a lot of detail. It's the same principle that applies. You've got your market price, your quoted price, and then obviously the auto sell as well. So if you did want to sell out at a certain trigger price, you can do that too. So the trading experience is the same for buying as it is to sell with your market and quoted options. And then to auto sell, you just simply put in either the current price and then what trigger price, and you'll be able to sell when your asset moves accordingly.
Okay, wonderful.
So that's to sell. Trading, the trade option here, it's a crypto to crypto trade. So we have some of the lowest fees for crypto to crypto trading. It's 0.25%, and you can go from any asset to any other asset. So we don't restrict that. There's no limitations. You can pick any asset you want to go to and make that trade accordingly as well. So that is as well really straightforward. I guess when I do touch on fees, obviously the buy and sell fees are similar. And then we've got the trading coin to coin, which is obviously a little less as well. One of the last ones that I wanted to show was paying your bill with crypto, which is quite unique to us. Not all exchanges have this feature available.
No.
And it's as simple as putting in your biller code, Paul, and your reference number, and then selecting how much that would be. So say you've got, I'd love it if we all had a $100 ATO bill, but here's a $100 ATO bill, and you can choose any of your assets you want to sell. So again, not restricted to Bitcoin. You can use any of the coins that you've got to sell. And if you have enough of that balance, you'll be able to use that coin and pay any of the bills. And the way that works is we receive this request and we make the trade for you. So we'll trade that crypto asset for you, and then we send your funds to a third party provider who we work with, and they make the payment there for your bill on your behalf. So it's a really cool feature, and we can pay any Australian biller code with that as well.
Wonderful.
And I think probably the last thing from my side is running through the transactions, really. I know a lot of us, transactions reporting is really quite key, and particularly nowadays to be able to get the right information for your portfolio. And for us, and I'm sure you can appreciate, there's obviously a lot of data when you do start trading crypto, and if you trade regularly, we've really wanted to make the reporting process really, really easy. And so we have a variety of export options that we've got listed here, and you can export your orders, you can export your transactions, tax invoices for every single transaction on the platform, holding statements. So particularly for self-managed super funds, depending when they need to be valued at, we can provide you with monthly holding statements so you can get a monthly valuation of your assets and your portfolio. And then we've added in account statements in the last 12 months as well, which is a full, honestly looks like a bank statement, every single transaction you've had for AUD, and then all the assets broken up for a financial year and the previous financial year too. And then touching on this export file, we do work with another business called BGL Corporate Solutions, and they have self-managed super fund software, and you can integrate our file into their system if you're an accountant as well. And we're looking to advance these features out even more in the next year. So yeah, this information is really helpful for accountants, or if you're managing your own accounts, just to be able to really make sense of, what you've traded throughout the year, and then to be able to, I guess, submit your tax appropriately and reporting appropriately as well. So that's really a lot of the main features of the platform. We do have, obviously, like all exchanges, the ability to withdraw your cash at any point in time. We don't have limitations on that. So if you want to withdraw your AUD funds to your linked bank account, that can get done within a day, and you can select however much you'd like to withdraw, and that will be processed straight away to your bank account as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of it. I mean, we do have, obviously, to send coin, if anyone's looking to send their crypto to a hardware wallet or, to another wallet that they have, we've got the ability to send Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum automatically. And then we can facilitate other coins. And we also are working through improving that functionality as well, over the very short term, to be able to give everyone the access to be able to withdraw any of their assets automatically. But we do look at facilitating that. If it's not available there for automatic send, we can process that for you through our team as well. So otherwise, yeah, I think that covers quite a lot. Did you have questions, Paul, from your side?
No, that's wonderful. Also, you've got an offer. You're kind enough, CoinTree's kind enough to as well to have a contribution, I think you're saying, of 20 AUD for our clients after their first trade.
Yes, we do. So, so to circle back, any of your clients, yes, we do. We've got an additional, so a total of $20 AUD to that we would gladly credit to anyone who signs up and verifies. And you can reach out to our support team once you've done that and you've verified your account. And our support team will then work through getting that credited for you really quickly. So then you can start utilizing the platform, and let us know if you've sort of got any other questions or feedback. We're more than happy to help at any time. And hopefully that's given quite a good summary on what we do and who we are.
Absolutely. I know you're very busy and you've got other meetings and that sort of thing to do as well, Jessica. And we're going to be doing, touching in with updates with CoinTree from time to time about what's happening in the market and that sort of thing. So really appreciate your time explaining it to our clients. People know who you are, who CoinTree is, and you have a bit of insight about how the dashboard works. So I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome, Paul. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to working more with you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Cheers. Bye.